morning students and welcome to our YouTube channel Gnan Manjari Modern School. So in the previous videos we are going through the chapter number 6, that is heat and temperature. In that we have just seen, in the previous video we have just seen about the insulators and conductors. So what are insulators? The insulators are they don't pass heat. The heat is not passed by that object or substance are known as insulators, and conductors which are able to pass the heat are called the conductors. Okay students, and then after we have seen some of the uses of it. So in the uses what we have seen was, see students, in the page number 77 we have seen up to the uses of the conductors and insulators, and I am just reading about the conductors and insulators of it. What are they? In general, solids do not conduct heat very well. Have you noticed that you can hold a cup of hot copy of water in a ceramic cup quite easily, but the same hot water in the metal cup will be too hot to touch. Why is this? Let us perform an activity to understand that. Yes, that the activity we have seen, and then after just reading further, materials that allow heat to pass through them easily are called conductors. All metals are good conductors of heat. Materials that do not allow heat to pass through them are called insulators. Wood, straw, clay, rubber, paper, glass are examples of insulators. Air and water are also examples of insulators. We have to understand that for us to feel the temperature of the hot water, heat energy has to flow from the hot water through the material of the cup to our hand. Since metals are good conductors of it, heat energy flows quickly. However, since ceramic is a bad conductor of heat, not much heat energy flows. Further, understand how the conduction takes place in metals. We must understand the structure of the atoms and molecules that make up metal. We know that molecules of any substance are made of tiny particles called atoms. So the substance are made of tiny particles, atom, and in that we have seen that due to the vibration, when you just heat any solid substance, due to the vibration of that atoms, and the heat is transferred from one end to the another hand, that we have seen in the insulator and the conductor of heat. And then after, let's just see the uses of conductors and insulators. So for cooking food we required vessels that helps up quickly. Means for cooking we required the materials with heat quickly. Okay students, this is why we use conductors such as metals to make cooking utensils. To hold the hot cooking utensils without burning our hand, we need material that prevents the heat transfer from the hot vessel to our hand. Therefore, we use insulators such as plastic handles or even a piece of cloth. Wool is a bad conductor of heat and prevents loss of body warmth to the surrounding. Therefore, we wear woolen clothes in winter to keep ourselves warm. Okay students, see here, all the figure is given over here, and then after we are just going to the convection. What is convection? Let us see that students. Convection. So what is convection? See here, a definition is given over here. First of all, I am just writing the definition. Okay students, so the method by which heat transfer, heat is transferred as a result of the mass movement of the substance is called convection. Okay students, is called convection. See here, just understanding the definition which is given over here. The method by which heat is transferred as a result of the mass movement of the substance is called convection. So, this is occurs in the liquid and gas. This convection occurs in the liquid and gas. Okay students, here some of this are given. Here we just learned that the air and water are insulators. Doesn't mean that we can't heat them. Not at all. Air and water can be heated, but the main method of heat transfer is not conduction. Convection is a primary mode of heat transfer in air and water and other liquids and gases. The method by which heat is transferred as a result of mass movement of a substance is called convection. Means we know that water and air are the insulators. They do not pass heat, but we can heat it with not the conduction. We will heat them with the convection process. See here, moving further, there is an activity given over here to study how heat transfer takes place in liquid. A glass beaker, potassium permanganate crystal, candle of Bunsen burner, a pair of tongue, matchbox and water. See here, this we have to do in the supervision of adult. See here, the note is given. Fill half of the beaker with water. Drop a few crystal of potassium permanganate very gently into the water. Wait till the crystals settle down, then hold the beaker over the flame. What do you observe? See here, what we observe, we have to see that we will observe when you drop the potassium permanganate into the beaker and wait for it to settle down, you will see that the water at the bottom of the beaker is colored and the water at the top is clear. When you begin to heat water, you will see the color risen up in the water in the beaker. See here, when you just add the potassium permanganate in the water, it will first of all at the down, and then after what will happen when the water is heating up, all will go upside. Okay students, from this conclusion, so our conclusion is, so when water is heated, it becomes hot and less dense and risen up, and the denser cooler water comes down. This is the form of heat called convection. See here, particle applications of convection, what it just see. The knowledge of how convection works can be made use of in many years. If you want to warm a liquid, you should warm it from below. A room heater should be placed at the lower level. An air conditioner should be placed at the higher level. A good architect always takes into account circulation of air and convection currents while designing a building to make the building cool in summer and warm in winter. See here, in that convection means the sea breeze and land breeze. What just they do, what is there in the sea breeze and what is there in the land breeze. So students, here you can see here the pictures are given of sea breeze and land breeze. What just they do? So first of all, just talking about the sea breeze. Okay, so what is sea breeze, students? This you have studied in the 4th standard. Okay students, sea breeze you have just studied in the 4th standard. So in that, what just happened? The sea breeze occurs at the daytime. Sea breeze just occur at the daytime when the sun is there. If I say here is the land, this is the land, and here there is a sea. From here there is a sea. Then what happens? Okay students. So in the daytime, the earth and the land, it will heat up. Okay students, it will heat up. So what will happen? The cool airs from the sea comes towards land, and the hot will go to the sea. Okay students, the hot air will go to the sea for cooling. Okay students, here see, I am reading only about the sea. You know that in the summer season what you do, you go near the seashore area. Why in the summer season you go to the seashore area? You know anybody, students? Here, places near the sea enjoy a moderate temperature. This is because of the convection currents in the air set up due to the uneven heating of land and water. Let us see how this happens during daytime. Sun heats up the land faster than the water bodies. Okay students, consequently the air above the land becomes warmer than the air above the water. Since warm air is lighter than the cool air, it rises. The air above the sea is cooler and it is rushed into the takes the place vacated by the rising warm air. This set up a cool breeze from the sea. This is called sea breeze. Means, what is sea breeze? Here, due to the sun in the daytime, the land will heat up faster. So all the heat air which is heated, it will go in the upstairs and just move towards the sea, and this will, the cool air will be over in the land. Okay students, this happen in the sea breeze. And let us see the land breeze. What is land breeze, students? You have just studied this in the class 4. Okay students, what is sea breeze and what is land breeze, that you have studied. So here it is sea only, and now we are just talking about the land breeze. Land breeze. So land breeze occurs at the night time when there is no sun. Okay, land breeze occurs at the night time. So what just happened? See here, happen is the cool air which is in the land. There is no sun, the land will just cool faster than the water. Okay students, so the cool air will move towards the sea and the hot air from the sea will come to the land. So this is land breeze. Okay students, here I am just reading that. See here, this happens sometime in the afternoon. At night the opposite happens. Land cools down faster than the sea. Consequently, the air above the sea cools down slower than the air above. This set up a land breeze which goes from the land to the sea. You can see here the picture students are given, and then we are just going further to the radiation. If you stand out on a hot, bright day, you will feel warm because of the sun. How does the heat from the sun reach us? It cannot be by the conduction, because we are definitely not touching the sun. It cannot be by convection either, because that will need a medium, and there is vacuum in the space between sun and the earth. Heat energy from the sun reaches the earth by a third form of the heat transfer called radiation. Heat transfer through radiation can occur through vacuum or through any medium. Okay students, so now we will see about the radiation. What is radiation students? We have just seen some of the radiations. Just sun just emit many types of the radiation. Due to this the heat is come to the earth. But first of all, the first method was convection. Sorry, not convection. The second method was convection. The first was conduction. So by the conduction it can't be there. Why? Because there is not any thing which is to be heated up. Okay students, and second was convection. In convection there is a medium is needed for heat. So there is no medium between sun and the earth, and only there is vacuum. Okay students, there is only a vacuum between sun and the earth. So the third type of heat transfer is the radiation. These heat ups due to the radiation. Okay students, let us see further. Switch on a road heater and bring your hand close to it. Do not touch the heater. Do you feel anything? Hold your hand at the same distance above, below and the left to right of the heater. You will notice that no matter where you place your hand at the same distance from the hot object, you will feel the same amount of the heat from the hot object. This shows us that the mode of heat transfer can be convection, because if we were convection, it should not be hotter at the top than at the bottom. See here, we have just seen about the heater. What is heater? It just heats the room. What happens students? So when the heater is on, you just place your hand at some distance, then you will get the heat. Why you will get the heat? Due to the radiation which are emitted by the heater. Okay students, let us see further. All warm bodies gives our heat energy in the form of radiation, even human beings. We also absorb heat radiation that fall on us. That is why our skin becomes warm if we stand in direct sunlight for some time. The amount of heat absorbed by an object depends on the color of the object. Dark colored object absorb more heat in the form of radiation than light colored object. This is why we feel cooler wearing light colors clothes in the summer. So students, we all know, we just mostly in the summer you have seen the elders only wear white. because white is a plain color, it does not absorb heat in it. Okay students, and if you wear black in summer, you will get more heat than the white you have weared. Okay students, now let us see next, we will see the particles application of radiation. So, practical application of radiation, that is the knowledge about how heat energy travel in the form of radiation can be put to use in various situations. Since heat travels in the form of rays, these rays can be reflected with a mirror. Road heaters have a mirror at the back of the coil that reflects the heat energy to front of the heater. See here, you have seen in the road heater that there is a mirror. So why there is a mirror? Because that reflect the heat radiation to the front. Okay students, and then after the other one is the principle that dark colored object absorbs more heat than light colored object is application in the solar panels that are given in a dark coating of to absorb more heat from the sun radiation. You have seen the solar panels, nowadays it is just in the most of the homes the solar panels are there. You can see the color of it, it is very dark. Why? Because it is very dark, it absorbs, if there is dark color, then it absorbs more heat. Okay students, it absorbs more heat. And next is, see here, let's answer, I will just give you in your homework. Okay students, and now further the thermos flask. We have just seen the thermos flask. What is it? If we just put a hot tea in it, then it will remain hot for many of hours. Up to 12 to 24 hours it can be just heat, your tea will be hot. Okay students, why it is? And if you just put a cold water in it, then it will remain cold. Okay students, for 12 to 24 hours. So this is the thermos flask. Okay, now a thermos flask is a closed container that maintains the temperature of the liquid stored inside. If we keep a hot liquid inside a good thermos flask, it will remain hot for a very long time. Similarly, a cold liquid will be kept cold for a very long time. A thermos flask minimizes all three modes of heat transfer through jet valves. Let us see how it is done. See here, heat loss due to the conduction, that is insulation materials such as plastics are used to make the outer casting of the flask so that the heat loss due to conduction is minimized. So plastic covering is there, so the heat loss is minimized. Next is heat loss due to the convection. See here, the liquid that is to be kept hot or cold is contained in the inner jar, which is a strong double-walled bottle. The space between the wall is evacuated and sealed off. The vacuum between the two walls is near perfect insulator, as it does not allow the heat to loss due to convection. So there is no medium from which they can just lose their heat. Okay students, and then comes is heat loss due to radiation. See here, the inner surface of the jar is made highly reflective so that the heat energy is in the form of radiation get reflected into the jar and does not escape. So what they just do, they have made a plastic covering so the heat loss will not there, and they will put the vacuum over here so that the energy will not transfer from the convection and from the radiation. What they just do is they made a reflective surface, so from that the radiation will only reflect and it will remain hot or it will remain cold. Okay students, See here in the further thermoregulation is there. As you know, the normal body temperature is around 98.4 Fahrenheit. Just a few degree more, around 100 Fahrenheit would be high, and 103 Fahrenheit would be a very high temperature. Very low temperature are also not good. The process by which the body maintains a healthy body temperature is called thermoregulation. So, how does the human body maintain a body temperature? It is also by maintaining a dielectric balance between the heat in gain and the heat it loss. The temperature of the body is maintained by a part of the brain called hypothalamus. The hypothalamus collects signal from the various parts of the body and sends back signal to warm or cool the body. For example, if it is too hot, the body generates sweat, which evaporates the cools the body. Okay, students. So we have just finished here the chapter number 6, heat and temperature. And please write down your today's homework, students. So, in your homework, you have to find answers of let's answer in page number, that is 80, and you also have to find out the answers of the exercise. Okay, students, in writing you have nothing homework, you have to do just only this. Okay, students, up till then stay safe, stay home. Okay, bye, students.